coming up next on Small Town Big Deal. From a lighted tree to a giving tree.
To the music of the soul.
You're the heart and soul of Christmas.
Then, zoos have a hard time keeping presents under wraps. Welcome to Small Town Big Deal. I'm Rodney Miller.
And I'm Jan Carl. We have traveled to the beautiful mountains of West Virginia to the famous Greenbrier Inn.
Yeah, they've hosted U.S. presidents, royalty, celebrities of all kinds, and this time of year, even Santa Claus.
The Greenbrier is known as America's resort, and its origins date back more than 200 years. In that time, it's grown to 11,000 acres that practically surround the tiny town of White Sulphur Springs, which is about 120 miles southeast of the state capital of Charleston.
Welcome to the Greenbrier.
When you visit the Greenbrier, you'll find yourself being greeted like family.
And for generations, that greeting has come from Frank Mosley, one of the resort's most beloved employees.
Yeah, to see people happy. That's my main goal, make sure everybody's happy. See, I met big shot, little shot, wannabes, used to be, but none no more important than you all.
Christmas is his favorite time of the year at the Greenbrier, and it all begins with a traditional tree lighting.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Their tree lighting should actually be called a forest lighting. All over the property, dozens and dozens of brilliant trees burst into color.
When it comes to decorating, the Greenbrier elves go all out.
It's got Harlequin packages. A red, white, and blue Christmas tree.
That is an American tree.
I wonder how many trees there are in total here.
Well, as a matter of fact, there are 44, and they're all decorated by the same woman, and she starts at Halloween to get them all done.
I guess she's too busy to come to my house.
I think so. Can you believe everything here is made out of chocolate, meaning even the chimney and the sleigh and the nutcracker?
Merry Christmas to me.
There's so much here for guests to see and do. And of course, a visit with Santa.
Merry Christmas.
You know, we've all seen how the Greenbrier really knows how to celebrate Christmas.
And do they? But about 10 years ago, they started a new tradition. And it really does focus on one of the most important things of the season, and that is the spirit of giving. That's where the dream tree came along.
Yeah, and this dream tree, it constitutes only about 6,000 of the over 40,000 presents they give to those in need.
You know, there's so many people that have been hurting for a long time. There's still lots and lots out there that it was just the right thing to do.
Jim Justice is the owner of the Greenbrier and the governor of West Virginia. Around here, he's more popular than Santa himself.
He purchased the resort back in 2009 and brought it out of bankruptcy, saving thousands of local jobs. Then Governor Justice and his family began the Dream Tree tradition by personally donating nearly $1 million each year to buy presents for thousands of children in need.
Tell us a little bit about the charities that benefit from this.
Well, they really come from all over. They come from Ohio, West Virginia, Virginia, and Kentucky, and all the charities sort of have different missions, but they all have needs for children at this time of year, and we're thrilled to be able to help them do that.
Along with the Justice family, the guests at the Greenbrier also have a chance to give. By making a monetary donation or picking the perfect present in the toy shop.
I can't get too many more.
I know, that's why he likes this one, because there can be 6 barns in this. How many barns
Rodney's
do you have?
nesting barn set is a great choice. Dream Tree always tries to choose toys that are both fun and educational.
This spirit of giving is so big, it takes a warehouse to handle all of it.
And here, where packages are just like jam-packed in between all the golf carts.
Most of the more than 42,000 gifts are delivered wrapped to add to that Christmas morning fun.
Voila. To get the job done, it takes hundreds of volunteers from the Greenbrier staff and from the organizations who benefit.
So for every 100 gifts they get, they have to have an hour of volunteer time to get all these gifts wrapped or all the unwrapped gifts stacked and labeled where they're supposed to go.
This one they have 20 infant boy packages, preteen, teen, a total of 200 gifts.
Wow. And this is going to a volunteer fire department who will then distribute them.
A lot of the families don't have money. This is, one way to give the children Christmas gifts.
There's a lot of families in our community where parents aren't able to provide Christmas for their children, so just having a little bit helps them a lot.
I was loading a couple of trucks over there.
Yeah. There are no trucks over there.
And so we're able to bring it back and surprise the kids in the community. They're very thankful. Often they'll write thank you notes. They love it.
Although they rarely get to see any of the thousands of smiling children's faces, Dream Tree volunteers know how important their work really is. For them, the best tree is an empty tree, when all the presents are on their way to the children.
Kind of brings us back to the real meaning of Christmas and the spirit of giving.
Well, a lot of people lose the true meaning in so many ways. But the birth of Jesus Christ, it is beyond unbelievable. Just what a miracle and a blessing to all of us.
Up next, a hit singer-songwriter takes us to the heart of Christmas with new music for the holidays.
Of Christmas is somehow the moment that I see.
Welcome back to Small Town Big Deal.
From hits like Eye of the Storm
In the eye of the storm,
to fun Christmas songs like This Christmas Eve,
it's Christmas Eve.
Ryan Stevenson brings so much heart and soul to his songs.
We sat down with Ryan to get a glimpse of his life and find out how he got where he is today.
So Ryan, before you were a singer-songwriter, you were a paramedic.
Yes, sir. Worked 24-hour shifts managing a frontline 911 ambulance and responding to hundreds and hundreds of 911 emergencies over the years, and just really getting, if you will, a front row seat to people's tragedy, people's chaos, people's storms of their lives.
While an EMT, Ryan had one specific life or death situation that was not only life-changing for his patient, but also for him.
I responded to a call where a lady had got struck by lightning. She was dead on our arrival. I ended up reviving her minutes later in the back of the ambulance on the way to the hospital, and she made it. Maybe about a year later, her and I ended up connecting. She asked me one day, if you weren't doing this paramedic thing, what's your dream? What do you want to do? I said, well, I'd love to help people with my songs and my music. So she wrote me a check and sent me off to a recording studio, and I recorded 5 songs and sent them to a record company. And I mean, it wasn't just like that, but that got me a record deal.
You would have never thought the woman that was laying dead in front of you was going to totally change your life.
Never in a million years. And I love sharing that story because it's just such a testimony of how God will use anything and anyone, however, whoever, wherever, however he wants to do it.
You were 43 when you got the news.
I know this is a Christmas special, but you've had a lot of big hits and in the contemporary Christian genre, and one of them is Eye of the Storm, the other one's When We Fall Apart. They're both so profound.
I have to write about life. Eye of the Storm was just that. It was easy, it was taking 9 years of being on an ambulance and people that are actually dealing with things in their lives, but injecting that key element of the anchor in the middle of that storm, the calm and the peace. He is the eye of the storm. That is Jesus.
When Ryan was just a young teen, his mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. With his father traveling for work and his sister in college, so much of the time was just the two of them, which made that mother and son bond even stronger.
When it got really near the end, I went into her room. She was in a hospice bed in our little trailer house that we'd lived in. Here she is, and on her deathbed in her motherly way, just like consoling me and telling me like, it's okay, I know. She's like, I'm exhausted, I'm ready to go be with the Lord, but don't think for 2 seconds that you need to leave here today putting on some fake, phony facade of strength. And sometimes the only way you're gonna really heal from anything is when you just fall apart. It's crazy to see and hear her words still offering so much hope and healing to people. I mean, I get unbelievable amounts of email and feedback about that song.
What a gift you are to her, because through you, she is still giving.
Now I'm your legacy, and it's your love still holding me together.
What does Christmas mean to you?
For me, it's about the most important event in the history of the world. It's the birth of Jesus, and just our family, you know, obviously our family being together.
I understand that you have a new song, a new Christmas song.
I do. Just came out with a new one called Heart and Soul of Christmas.
Safe to say we've all been going through it. Seems like overnight the world has changed. Sometimes our joy can fade in all of the confusion. Seems like we have to fight to keep the faith. But somehow, the moment that I see the first snowflake falling, I know that you're reminding me that no matter what the season brings, Jesus, you will always be the one and only reason. You're the heart and soul of Christmas, and all that we could ever need is everywhere and everything. Jesus, you will always be. You will always be. You're the heart and soul. A heart and soul. You're the heart and soul of Christmas. And somehow the moment that I see my family around our tree, I know that you're reminding me that no matter what the season brings, Jesus, you will always be the one and only reason. You're the heart and soul of Christmas, and all that we could ever need is everywhere and everything. Oh, Jesus, you will always be the one and only heart and soul of Christmas.
Still to come on Small Town Big Deal, we're swinging into Christmas gift giving of a different sort.
Welcome back to Small Town Big Deal.
They may have fur or scales, be cuddly or prickly, huge or small, but no matter how different, all of these animals love getting presents and treats as much as we do.
To witness this annual Christmas gift-giving menagerie, we visited the Rosamond Gifford Zoo in Syracuse, New York. Home to more than 700 animals, it was founded in 1914. The zoo is dedicated to providing engaging experiences, exceptional animal care, and conservation education.
Say Christmas cookies!
They're also known to be pros at getting everybody into the Christmas spirit. And if you're lucky enough to be there at the right time, you might be able to watch the animals open their Christmas gifts.
I'm looking forward to Christmas at the zoo, but I'm sure Jan is going crazy for it.
Look at her. Rodney knows me pretty well. I am so excited to be here and to watch the animals. I'm trying to keep it cool though, otherwise I think I might frighten the animals. Oh, look how beautiful. Oh.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, Merry Christmas. Oh, look, see? Oh, he's like, Oh, she's gonna look in there.
So this is their basic morning diet. It's just delivered in a special way.
Check out Abe and Fatima. At first, a little hesitant to tear into their gifts, but it doesn't take long before they're enjoying the contents.
Oh, he found an orange.
Yep. You turned it upside down to get it to come out.
And they'll eventually start throwing the boxes around.
Oh, but then it becomes a toy almost.
Yes.
Okay.
There'll be paper everywhere by the end of the day.
Zoos work hard to find ways to keep their animals stimulated, curious, and active.
How did that start and what does that do for the animals?
So we have, as every accredited zoo in the country has, part of what we do every day is an enrichment program. So if we're talking about even the invertebrates, the anemones and the tanks can get special treats, and it makes them do some more natural behaviors that they would do in the wild when they're looking for food and making whatever is going to happen. So we try to do different things. Of course, the holidays make something interesting for the public too, so they know that there's going to be animals throughout the zoo getting those special treats throughout the day. But we also, even on a regular day, we'll tell people what we're going to do with enrichment for the day, who's going to get it when, so that they can kind of come see and watch.
Zoo residents receive a wide variety of gifts, from treats to toys. Check out Old St. Nick himself, not only delivering the gifts, but also playing with the animals at the Cincinnati Zoo.
Our neighbors to the north are good gift givers as well. The staff knows just what will keep the animals engaged. Just ask the ferrets at the Toronto Zoo, or the raccoon.
The Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, California thought they'd create a challenge for their octopus. But watch closely as it opens this snowman container to find a holiday treat.
The animals at the Honolulu Zoo are having a very Merry Christmas and enjoying the packages as much as what's inside. The elephants have fun and build trunk strength, playing with one of the most iconic symbols of the season.
The orangutans at Zoo Tampa go straight for their contents and most definitely enjoy savoring their sweet treats.
Back at Rosamond Gifford Zoo, one animal that's not timid about devouring their Christmas goodies, the snow leopard.
But they just might be just as excited about the cold weather and the snow as they are for their Christmas gifts.
No other animal, when it's snowing, they just go crazy. This
They
is
do?
certainly their element.
They love
the
it.
The colder, the better.
What kind of treats do they get?
So being carnivores, there's some kinds of meat, or
Right.
we feed them rodents, sometimes rats and mice.
It's interesting to note that some animals are like big kids when it comes to the wrapping and boxes.
And I mean, the box in itself, just like with kids or cats at home, love boxes. So they'll use every piece of it. And unfortunately, the keepers on the day after an event like this have a little extra time to clean up after them. But it all makes it worth it for the animals.
So as you're planning your holiday activities this year, you might want to consider taking a walk on the wild side and check out the zoo this Christmas season.
Wishing all of our animal friends a very Merry Christmas at zoos all around the country. Welcome back to Small Town Big Deal.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Small Town Big Deal. You know, seeing all the animals enjoying Christmas too, I mean, that got me in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, I still can't believe the octopus got that snowman tin open. He was very motivated.
And then the dream tree. I mean, $1 million worth of gifts. I mean, that really got me to thinking that we really need to do things to help others at Christmas.
That's right. And a big thank you to Ryan Stevenson for sharing his talent and his music. He instantly got me into the spirit of Christmas.
He's an awesome guy. I'm Rodney Miller.
And I'm Jan Carl.
Join us again next week when once again we celebrate the great stories from across America. So, what are you doing?
I'm writing my letter to Santa.
You still write letters to Santa?
Yeah, doesn't everybody? I was going to say some of the nice things I did this year were put up with my co-host.
You can put that down for both of us.
I've made my list.
Yeah?
And I've checked it twice.
Okay.
And he made it through on the nice list.
You're on the nice list!
There you go. Okay, now the big question. What about Jan?
Just above me.
Merry Christmas!